The classroom floated high above a blue star, silent except for soft lights and glowing screens. Rows of young alien cadets sat in perfect order. They were the brightest minds of the Galactic Union, trained to study planets, judge civilizations, and predict threats. On the main screen, a small planet appeared. Green. Blue. Covered in clouds. This, the instructor said calmly, is planet Earth. A few cadets leaned forward. Others smirked. The instructor tapped the screen, and warning symbols filled the air. Red icons blinked again and again. Unstable weather. Extreme gravity. Violent tectonic plates. Aggressive lifeforms. This world, the instructor continued, is classified as a death world. Laughter spread across the room. One cadet shook his head. Impossible, he said. Any intelligent species there would be extinct. Another laughed louder. Look at the storms. The predators. The diseases. Who could survive that? The instructor did not smile. He simply changed the image. Now the screen showed creatures with sharp teeth, massive claws, and burning eyes. Oceans full of killers. Land filled with hunters. Earth's ecosystem is hostile, the instructor said. Even its air damages unprotected lungs. Its gravity crushes weaker bones. More laughter. A female cadet raised her hand. Why do we even study this planet? It is clearly a failure. Several others nodded in agreement. The instructor paused for a moment. Then he replied, because Earth is not empty. The room grew quieter. The screen shifted again. This time, figures appeared. Small. Upright. Soft-looking. They walked on two legs and had no claws, no armor, no natural weapons. The class laughed even harder. These are the dominant species, the instructor said. They call themselves humans. A cadet nearly fell from his seat laughing. Those things. On that planet. They have no fur. No shells. No venom, another cadet said. How did they not die? The instructor zoomed in on a human city. Tall structures touched the sky. Lights burned through the night. Vehicles moved at high speed. They should not exist, a cadet muttered. The instructor opened a new data panel. Numbers filled the air. Wars, countless. Natural disasters, constant. Near-extinction events, multiple. The room slowly fell silent. These humans, the instructor said, did not evolve in peace. They evolved under pressure. One cadet noticed something strange. A section of the data was blocked. Dark. Inaccessible. Instructor, he said carefully, why are the survival records locked? The instructor's eyes narrowed for a fraction of a second. That material is above your level. But we are top-tier cadets, the cadet replied. We study all known species. The instructor turned away from the screen. This lesson is about environmental classification. Not history. He moved to close the file. Before it shut, a few words flashed across the screen by accident. Human survival events. Severity, extreme. Status, ongoing. The laughter did not return. A cadet swallowed. Instructor, if this is a death world, why is the species still alive? The instructor stood in silence. His voice was lower when he answered. Because they adapted. The screen showed humans running through storms. Building after destruction. Fighting predators. Healing wounds. Standing again and again. They fall, the instructor said. They learn. And they rise. The bell rang, signaling the end of the lesson. As the cadets stood to leave, one final message appeared on the screen. It had not been placed there by the instructor. Warning, further study recommended. Reason: humans are not a product of Earth. They are a response to it. The cadets left the room quieter than they had entered. Somewhere deep in the Academy's system, a locked file waited. And Earth kept watching. The next cycle, the cadets returned to the classroom, but the mood was different. There was no laughter this time. No jokes. Everyone remembered the last words on the screen. Humans are not a product of Earth. They are a response to it. The instructor arrived early. His posture was stiff, his eyes sharp. Without greeting the class, he activated the display. Earth appeared again. But this time, it was not calm or beautiful. The screen showed storms tearing cities apart. Oceans rose and swallowed land. Fire poured from mountains. The planet looked angry. Alive. This lesson, the instructor said, will focus on daily survival. A cadet leaned forward. Daily? He asked. You mean, they live with this all the time? Yes, the instructor replied. The data began to scroll. Humans lived under crushing gravity that damaged bones over time. Their sun burned their skin. Their planet froze them, then boiled them. The cadets exchanged uneasy looks. This environment, the instructor continued, would kill most known species within minutes. A simulation started. An average galactic being was placed on Earth. It collapsed instantly. Bones snapped. Organs failed. Breathing stopped. The simulation ended. Now a human appeared in the same place. It struggled. It fell. Then it stood up. The room went silent. The human learned to cover its skin. It learned to build shelter. It learned to shape tools. When nature attacked, it did not flee forever. It adapted. A cadet whispered, "They fight their world every day." No, the instructor corrected. They live with it. The screen changed again. Predators attacked humans. Some humans died. Others watched. They learned patterns. They created weapons. Slowly, the predators disappeared. Diseases followed. Invisible killers. Entire populations died. Humans responded with science. With medicine. With trial and error. Millions failed. Enough survived. The cadets shifted uncomfortably in their seats. One asked quietly, why didn't they give up? The instructor did not answer immediately. He opened another chart. Psychological endurance, extreme. Pain tolerance, abnormal. Fear response, adaptable. These values, the instructor said, should not coexist. The screen showed human children. They fell. They cried. Then they stood again. They laughed. They tried again. They teach this behavior from birth, the instructor said. Failure is not an end. It is a lesson. A cadet frowned. That is inefficient. It is effective, the instructor replied. The data turned darker. Wars appeared. Humans fighting humans. Cities destroyed by their own hands. The class expected condemnation. Instead, the instructor said, they survive even themselves. Weapons grew stronger. Yet humans created rules. Limits. Agreements. They broke them. Then they rewrote them. A cadet felt something new in his chest. Not fear. Not laughter. Discomfort. Why were we taught Earth was weak, he asked. The instructor paused. Because strength is often misunderstood. He opened a restricted file. Just one page. Human explorers stood on alien worlds. They smiled under foreign skies. They adapted again. Earth trained them, the instructor said. Pain shaped them. Loss refined them. The file closed quickly. The bell rang. No one moved. Before leaving, the instructor spoke one final sentence. Next lesson, you will study what happens when humans leave their death world. As the cadets exited, one truth settled heavily among them. Earth was not a failure. Earth was a forge. And humans were what it created. The lesson began without warning. The classroom lights dimmed, and the stars outside the windows faded. The instructor did not speak at first. He activated a single file, one that had been sealed for centuries. On the screen, Earth appeared again, but this time, it was different. Cities glowed brighter than before. Machines covered the land. Humans moved faster, stronger, protected by tools and technology. This, the instructor said slowly, is the moment humans stopped only surviving. The cadets watched closely. Earth's resources were shown in red. Scarce. Damaged. Failing. The death world did not break them, the instructor continued. It pushed them forward. The screen shifted to space. Small metal objects left Earth's gravity well. Early human ships. Weak. Unsafe. Most failed. Explosions filled the screen. Human deaths followed. The cadets expected the story to end there. It did not. The next image showed a new ship. Stronger. Smarter. Built from failure. They learned from every loss, the instructor said. They always do. Human ships multiplied. They reached their moon. Then other worlds. Each new environment tried to kill them. Low gravity weakened muscles. High radiation damaged cells. Alien atmospheres poisoned lungs. Humans adapted again. They built suits. Medicines. Training systems. Earth had taught them how to suffer. Space taught them how to endure. A cadet whispered, they carry their death world with them. The instructor nodded once. Correct. The data changed. First contact simulations appeared. Humans met peaceful species. Trade began. Learning followed. But then came hostile encounters. Alien predators. Raiders. Empires that saw humans as weak. The screen showed a human colony attacked. Humans retreated. Then they returned. Weapons flashed. Tactics shifted. Humans fought with coordination, sacrifice, and something the cadets had never seen before. Controlled rage. They do not fight for glory, the instructor said. They fight to protect. The battlefield simulation ended quickly. Human victory. Casualties were high. The cadets felt uneasy. Why take such losses? One asked. Other species would withdraw. The instructor looked at him. Earth taught them that survival is worth pain. The screen zoomed in on human soldiers helping wounded allies, human and alien alike. They remember suffering, the instructor said. So they recognize it. Another file opened. Human military doctrine appeared. Adapt. Overcome. Advance. These are not slogans, the instructor said. They are instincts. A new warning symbol appeared on the screen. Human threat classification, rising. The room grew tense. They do not seek war, the instructor continued. But when war finds them, they end it. A cadet noticed something disturbing. Human reaction time under stress was faster than normal. Their decision-making improved in chaos. Why? The cadet asked. The instructor answered quietly. Because chaos was home. The screen showed Earth again. Storms. Fire. Destruction. Then it faded into an image of space, human fleets forming up, calm and silent. The death world shaped their minds, the instructor said. Space gave them reach. The lesson slowed. One final clip played. A human child trained in simulated danger. Failing. Falling. Standing again. This is taught early, the instructor said. Fear is managed, not obeyed. The bell rang, but no one stood. The instructor delivered the last line of the lesson. When humans left Earth, they did not escape the Deathworld. He paused. They exported it. The cadets left in silence, understanding something new. Earth had been a warning. Humanity was the result. And the galaxy was not ready. The classroom doors sealed shut as soon as the cadets took their seats. That had never happened before. A low hum spread through the walls, and the stars outside dimmed to black. This was no longer a normal lesson. The instructor stood at the center of the room, hands clasped behind his back. His voice was calm, but heavier than before. What you are about to see, he said, was not meant for students. No one laughed. No one spoke. A red symbol appeared on the screen. Emergency historical review activated. Earth did not appear this time. Instead, the screen showed the Galactic Council chambers from centuries earlier. Dozens of powerful species filled the massive hall. Pride. Confidence. Certainty. They saw humans as temporary, the instructor said. New. Small. Unimportant. The recording played. An alien leader dismissed human warnings. Another suggested containment. A third proposed control. They believed humans were shaped by chaos, the instructor continued. And chaos, to them, meant weakness. The cadets watched as council votes passed. Human borders were ignored. Human colonies were pressured. Human fleets were tested. Provoked. The screen shifted. A human colony burned. The room felt colder. At first, the instructor said, humans responded with words. The next clip showed diplomacy. Requests. Warnings. Ignored. Then the data changed. Human fleets mobilized. Not in anger. In silence. They did not rush, the instructor said. They prepared. Simulations played rapidly. Human ships changed formations mid-battle. Weapons adapted during combat. Command structures shifted instantly when leaders fell. Alien strategies failed one by one. A cadet's voice trembled. They fight like they expect things to go wrong. Yes, the instructor replied. Because on Earth, they always did. The recording showed a decisive battle. Human losses were heavy. Yet they advanced. They did not celebrate victory. They secured survivors. They rebuilt damaged worlds. Even enemy ones. This confused the council, the instructor said. Humans punished aggression, not existence. A new document appeared. Galactic Directive, never corner humanity. The cadet stared at the words. Why such a rule, one whispered. The instructor enlarged a single paragraph. Because humans are most dangerous when they believe survival is at stake. Silence filled the room. The screen changed again. This time, it showed classrooms like theirs across the galaxy. Young beings studying Earth. Laughing. Dismissing it. That is why this lesson exists, the instructor said. Not to teach geography. He turned to face them fully. But to teach restraint. A warning alert interrupted the feed. Real-time update. Human exploratory fleet detected near neutral space. The cadet stiffened. They show no hostile intent, the instructor said quickly. Yet. Another message followed. Human transmission received. The instructor hesitated before opening it. A human voice filled the room. Calm. Steady. We are here to learn, it said. Not to conquer. But we will defend ourselves. No threats. No demands. Just fact. The message ended. One cadet finally spoke. Why do they sound tired? The instructor looked at the dark screen. Because survival is exhausting. He deactivated the system. The walls brightened. The stars returned. The galaxy thought Earth was a joke, he said softly. Then a problem. Then a threat. He paused. Now it is a reminder. The bell rang, but no one rushed to leave. As the cadets stood, the instructor delivered the final warning of the lesson. Never judge a species by the world that tried to kill it. The doors opened. And far away, human ships continued forward, not hunting, not hiding. Just enduring. As they always had. The classroom was silent long after the previous lesson ended. No one laughed anymore when Earth appeared on the screen. No one called it weak. The cadets waited, unsure of what they would see next. The instructor arrived late. That alone unsettled them. Without a word, he activated the final archive. Earth appeared again. Not burning. Not broken. Alive. Green fields moved under the wind. Oceans rolled calmly. Cities stood tall, rebuilt again and again in the same places nature had destroyed them before. This, the instructor said, is the part most records ignore. The cadets leaned forward. They could have left, he continued. Many humans did. The screen showed vast human colonies across space. Safe worlds. Stable suns. Gentle gravity. No storms. No predators. Perfect environments, a cadet whispered. Yes, the instructor said. Worlds where survival was easy. The data shifted. Those colonies struggled. Humans grew weaker. Slower. Less adaptable. Conflicts increased. Innovation slowed. The cadets exchanged confused looks. Why? One asked. Why fail in paradise? The instructor zoomed in on Earth again. Because humans are shaped by challenge, he said. Remove it, and they lose direction. Images appeared of humans returning to Earth. Retiring there. Choosing to raise families under dangerous skies. They call it home, the instructor said. Not because it is safe. Because it is honest. A cadet frowned. Honest? Earth never lies to them, the instructor replied. It never promises comfort. Only consequences. The screen showed a human standing before a storm. Not running. Watching. Preparing. They understand this world, the instructor said. Pain here has rules. Struggle has meaning. The final file opened. Human philosophy logs. Words filled the air. Endure. Adapt. Protect. These are not military ideas, the instructor said. They are cultural. Another clip played. A human teaching a child to ride a vehicle. The child fell. Cried. The parent did not panic. They helped the child stand. Again, the parent said. The cadets felt something tighten in their chests. They do not remove hardship from their young, the instructor said. They teach them to face it. A warning tone echoed softly. Human presence update. Human ships were closer now. Still peaceful. Still silent. They are not coming to conquer, the instructor said. If they were, you would already know. One cadet finally asked the question that had haunted them all. If they are so strong, why are they so careful? The instructor looked at Earth one last time. Because they remember being weak, he said. They remember fear. Hunger. Loss. The screen showed old footage. Early humans huddled around fire. Scarred. Tired. Alive. They do not forget where they came from, the instructor said. And they do not wish that suffering on others. A final classification appeared on the screen. Earth. Status, Deathworld. Additional note, survival-driven species origin. Then, beneath it, a new line was added. Humans. Status, do not provoke. The instructor turned off the display. Your studies are complete, he said. As the cadets stood, none of them saw Earth as a joke anymore. They saw it as a test. One they had never taken. Outside the academy, human ships continued their slow journey through the stars. They were not fleeing their death world. They were honoring it. Because Earth did not make humans cruel. It made them strong enough to choose kindness. And that was what truly frightened the galaxy.